Hey, I'm Dr. J. Welcome to my kitchen. Today, you and I are going to make a delicious banana bread. But this is going to be a kicked up banana bread. It's going to have figs and walnuts in it. And they're going to be boozy figs. We've got some rum that's going in here. It's called Island rum. It smells really good. I actually don't drink it, but I am going to have it with the figs. It's going to be so good. But you could use really with any kind of rum you had, light or dark. Any of it would be fine. The thing that you want to do is just make sure that you're kind of covering the figs. Just going to put my hands in there for a second, just kind of make sure they're all covered. These are Turkish figs, and you just want them to be able to sit in there for about a half hour or so they reconstitute. When you get them, they look like this. I love dried figs because I'll put these in oats when I'm making my own granola. You can put this in oatmeal. You can make cookies with these. They're fabulous. And they're just, honestly, they're really a great snack. I love figs. They're just good for you. They're full of fiber, lots of minerals. They're full of antioxidants. They've got copper in them. They're really good. Heart healthy, all the good stuff. Okay, we're adding a little booze to them, but it's a banana bread. Come on. But this is so good. I made this the other day because I told you I always test my recipes for you. It is fabulous. So my husband's very excited. I'm making another batch. All right, let's get going. Okay, so I've got my oven preheating to 350. I'm just going to get all the wet ingredients going first. So I've got 2 large eggs. The important thing here is I've had these at room temperature for a few hours. You really want them to be room temp. You don't want them to be cold right out of the fridge. It will mess with your baking, okay? I always put them in a bowl first because actually I did have a shell that went in there. We don't want shells in our food, right? I mean, maybe extra calcium. I don't know. Eggs are going to go in. We've got our oil. This is a half a cup of avocado oil. Any kind of neutral oil would work out well. You just wouldn't want to use like an olive oil or something or a peanut oil, something with a really strong flavor. That's not what we want. The avocado oil will just keep everything nice and moist. Delicious. Okay, so bananas. These are 2 really large bananas that are overripe, perfect for banana bread. If you had 3 medium, that would be fine too. This is great. Don't throw away those bananas. Even if you can't make it, say you can't make it today. You might not even make it in a couple days. Take these, peel them, put them in a freezer safe bag, and they're going to be good to go whenever you want to make your banana bread. You know, I'm so fortunate. My husband, Eric, does all the videos with me. He does all our editing, and he's also my best taste tester, right? So we actually tested this recipe the other day. And he's like, when are you going to record it? It's really good. And I was like, okay, well, let's get it done. We had these bananas, so here we go. But yeah, I'm so fortunate because he's really has a great palate. He likes to try different things. So truly blessed. Doesn't complain, likes all my cooking, right? So that makes cooking fun too. So I hope the people around your family are appreciative too when you're making some good food. Okay. Just gonna get this in, get my hands cleaned up. We're gonna get going. Banana breads are so simple. You know, they're so great and they really come together easily. So just gonna mix this all together. Just kind of mash everything up. Yep, just like that. I don't want everything super, combined. I like everything to have a little bit of texture. So just like that. Okay, and it's easy, and it's always stuff that I always have on hand. Listen, I always have bananas in the freezer, and don't let them scare you because when you do defrost them, they do change color. They're not going to be this light in color. It's okay; they're still good. Okay, I've got sugar going in, and I'm going to have all the measurements are going to be below, so you'll have everything that you need. Let's see, we've got our sugar, we've got oil, we've got our bananas in there, and I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla extract. Love it, just about a teaspoon. And if you put a little bit more in there, it's not going to offend me. And I've got orange extract. You could actually use orange zest in here if you had it. That would be fine too. And just about a teaspoon as well. Just going to give this all a stir, everything to combine. And this is really easy. I don't even need to use my big mixer for this one. It smells good already. Okay, I'm going to clean up a little bit, and then we're going to, the oven's ready for us. We're almost there. We're going to get our dry ingredients, and we're going to get this in the oven in just a second. I love using parchment paper for flour. I just think it makes everything so much easier. So I take the flour here. I am going to sift it. So when you're measuring your flour, I know I always sound like a broken record, but if you've never seen me before, I want to make sure that the newbies are getting this as well, because I'm telling you, because I've made the mistake. When I cook, I tend to, especially before I started doing this channel, didn't measure a lot. I just kind of cook by feel. You cannot do that with baking. It will really change the outcome. Okay, so I'm using 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and I just want to kind of fluff up the flour, and then I'm just going to scoop it in just like this. I know this seems a little bit tedious, but please don't skip this step. You don't want to take the cup and scoop it in there, because it will really pack down the flour, and that's not what we want. Okay, and we're just going to level it off, and I'm going to put it right into my sifter. So that's 1 cup and then 1/2. Just like that. Okay, so I have the rest of my dry ingredients. I have baking powder. Oops, so make sure it all comes off there. Okay, a little baking soda. And I'm just going to give this a good sift. That way we don't have anything lumpy, right? And this is a fun thing. If you have kids, grandkids, get them doing this. They like to kind of get in and help with this. Makes them also want to try things too, right? I don't know. I've always liked playing in the kitchen, play with my food, so it's perfect. Gonna add just a little bit. This is some kosher salt, fine kosher salt, and some ground cinnamon. All right, so now I'm just gonna fold this up like this. And then just easily, I'm gonna put just a little bit in first, just about 1/3 or so. Okay, and we're just gonna get this combined. You just don't wanna over mix. Okay, add just a little bit more. I love banana breads. And the great thing with this recipe is you can change it up a bunch of different ways. You could add some blueberries in here, be fabulous. Instead of the figs, right? You could use some dried strawberries or raspberries, kind of the same thing like I did with the figs. You can just reconstitute them. And you know, the other thing is, if you're not using alcohol, you don't have to. You could reconstitute them using some boiling hot water. You could also use a little bit of orange juice. That would be fabulous, right? Add another little bit of flavor in there. So you don't have to use the alcohol, but it does give a nice taste. And it doesn't overpower it, even if you're not a drinker. So you don't have to be, but it gives that little bit like, what is that? Deliciousness. We're just going to get this combined. And the great thing when you bake too, it just makes your whole house smell good. I don't know. I was never too much of a baker when I was younger. You know, I guess I just didn't want to eat it so much. You know, I don't know. But now, you know, I blame the grandkids. But the truth of it is, Eric and I both really like sweets. They're just a convenient excuse for us to make something. Okay, and they do enjoy it, so that's nice. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to add in some chopped walnuts. And then I'm just going to strain these figs. So we don't want to add all that liquid in there. Now this would be great. If you want to make a drink with this, why not? So we're just going to strain that. Yep. Okay, figs are going in. Oh my gosh. And I like my figs chunky. So, I mean, you can dice them as small as you like. I like to know what I'm eating in there. So mine are a little bit thicker. We actually had a piece of this morning with our breakfast. It's so good. Okay, so I'm just going to grease up my 9x5 loaf pan. I love to use these little spritz bottles. They're fabulous. This is filled with coconut oil. It really doesn't give it much of a flavor, but it's just a nice oil. I'm not crazy about buying this stuff in the can. If that's what you have, that's okay too. But these little spritzers, if we'll put a link to them below, they're really inexpensive. Okay, let's get this all in the pan. Oh, it smells so yummy. You know, I think people get intimidated when they're making or baking things like this, and it doesn't have to be, right? It's just really learning just a few simple tips, you know, and then really, then you can kind of make them your own, which is fantastic. It's funny. My Aunt Trisha sent Eric and I this beautiful date bread, and it was a brandy date bread. And that's kind of what inspired this. I said, that was so amazing. You know, Eric said, hey, can you make that? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm sure I can make that. So then I happened to have figs. I'm like, you know, I'm going to make my own. I have my own recipe for some other banana breads and things like that. So I just kind of tweaked it a little bit, and it really did come out nice. So I think you guys are going to enjoy this. So this is going to go in the oven. It's set at 350. It's going to go in the center rack. It's going to take about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. So around 55 minutes, I usually check it quick. But yesterday it took 65 minutes and it was done. But we'll check it around 55. Okay, so it's going in. What I do too is around 25, 30 minutes is I'm going to check it. It starts to get pretty brown on the top. So I'm going to take a piece of tin foil and just cover it. I don't want it to get too brown. Okay, see you in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you ready to try this?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I've already told them I actually made this yesterday.
Oh, you told them already?
And we've had some for breakfast.
Yeah. Well, I think I could have this every day.
But I do want you to get a good look at it. Man. It's amazing. So we love figs.
Yeah.
So we do. And so It's figs. It's got a little rum in there, a little drunken figs.
Wait, what?
I know, a little rum. But you don't have to use that. I will put in the recipe. You could use like an orange juice, things like that, like
really
I said
subtle.
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't punch you in the face. But
yeah, it's not like my mom's upside down pineapple cake with the rum.
It had a lot of rum in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
I bet it was good.
Well, you know, I was 10.
Yeah.
So,
oh,
is that good? I don't know.
Probably not. Ching, ching.
Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going in. It's so moist.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, yeah.
That's so good.
Man.
That is so moist.
Yeah, and I love the figs are like all throughout, and then you get a little chunk of it.
Yep, and get the walnuts in there. Yeah. So good. And you get a little taste of the orange in there as well. Put a little bit of the orange extract in there. It's so good. I hope you make this recipe. If you do, please share with your friends and family. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do that as well. And don't forget to click that bell. That way you know when the next video is coming out. All right. Love y'all.